Welcome to Top Secret. Did the Titanic really hit an iceberg, or is there more to the story? The Titanic, a name that echoes through the annals of history, a symbol of human ambition and tragedy. Its maiden voyage in April 1912 was touted as the journey of the century. A ship so grand, so opulent, it was deemed the unsinkable ship. Yet its fate was sealed in the icy waters of the North Atlantic Ocean, becoming a grave for over 1,500 souls. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as we dive into the mysteries of the past. Remember to subscribe and stay tuned so you won't miss any part of this thrilling story. The narrative that's been passed down through generations tells us that the Titanic collided with an iceberg on its voyage from Southampton to New York City. It's a tale we've all heard, a tale brought to life on the silver screen and etched in our collective memory. The ship, despite all its grandeur, was no match for the formidable iceberg. The collision caused the ship's hull to rupture, leading to the vessel's eventual tragic descent into the depths of the ocean. This account of the Titanic's demise, though widely accepted, is not without its skeptics. Many have questioned the logistics of the incident, the plausibility of the iceberg being the sole cause of such a catastrophic event. Could a ship, designed with such meticulous attention to detail and safety, really meet its end due to a singular, albeit monumental obstacle? It's a question that sparked countless theories and speculations, casting a shroud of mystery over the Titanic's fateful journey. Before we continue, we urge you to subscribe and join us on this investigative journey. It's a mystery that has intrigued historians, scientists, and enthusiasts alike, all in search of the truth behind the sinking of the world's most famous ship. So as we delve into the depths of this mystery, we ask ourselves, was it really the iceberg that brought down the Titanic? Or were there other unseen forces at play? Could there be more to the story, hidden beneath the icy waves and the passage of time? Stay subscribed to unravel more such mysteries with us. Could a fire have doomed the Titanic before it even left port? Imagine the irony of it all, the so-called unsinkable ship meeting its fate not just by an iceberg, but by the very element designed to power its journey. This is the fire theory. This theory proposes that a fire in the Titanic's coal bunker weakened the hull, making it more susceptible to the iceberg's impact. The fire, having started during the ship's construction, was concealed and controlled, but never completely extinguished. It was a silent predator, gnawing at the ship's strength from within. But how could a fire have such a dramatic impact? Well, the coal bunker was situated near the front side of the ship, right where the iceberg struck. The fire would have raised the temperature of the steel, reducing its strength and resilience. So, when the iceberg hit, it was like a carefully aimed arrow piercing a weakened shield. Now, to the evidence supporting this theory. Photographs taken before the Titanic's maiden voyage show a dark mark on the ship's hull, right where the iceberg would later strike. Some argue this mark was caused by the fire's heat warping the metal. Eyewitness accounts also play a crucial role. Crew members reported seeing fire damage on the ship, but their accounts were largely dismissed at the time. Moreover, the ship's firemen, those tasked with managing the coal and the fires that powered the ship, were reportedly working double shifts in a desperate attempt to control the blaze. This frantic activity suggests the fire was far more serious than the ship's officials were willing to admit. So we're left with a tantalizing theory: a fire silently weakening the Titanic's hull, an iceberg delivering the fatal blow. It's a narrative of hubris and disaster, a tale as old as time. But is it the complete story? So, was it a combination of fire and ice that brought down the Titanic? Or was there another force at play? Let's dive deeper into the mysteries of the Titanic in the next scene. What if the ship that sank wasn't the Titanic at all? Hold that thought and let's dive into one of the most tantalizing theories out there: the switch theory. This theory proposes an audacious insurance scam, where the Titanic was switched with its sister ship, the Olympic. Sounds far-fetched? Let's delve into the evidence. The Titanic and the Olympic were nearly identical twin ships, built side by side. The Olympic, however, had already been in service for a year before the Titanic's maiden voyage and had incurred substantial damage in a collision. The repair costs were astronomical, and the ship's owners were reportedly denied an insurance payout. Now enter the switch theory. The proponents of this theory suggest that to recoup the losses, the damaged Olympic was passed off as the brand new Titanic, while the real Titanic was rebranded as the Olympic. The plan? To deliberately sink the damaged ship, claim the insurance money, and continue sailing the real Titanic under the guise of the Olympic. But what evidence supports this audacious claim? Well, there are certain discrepancies in the blueprints and photographs of the two ships that raise eyebrows. Some argue that the number of portholes on the ship that sailed differs from the original Titanic blueprints. Others point out subtle design differences between the Olympic and the Titanic that seem to match the ship that ultimately sank. Moreover, several survivor accounts have also stirred the pot. Some survivors recall features that were unique to the Olympic, not the Titanic. Could these be genuine memories, or the result of trauma and confusion? Of course, this theory is not without its critics, and it's by no means universally accepted, but it does raise some intriguing questions. Could the real Titanic be resting at the bottom of the ocean under a different name, or is there another piece of the puzzle missing? As we continue to explore the mysteries of the Titanic, remember, sometimes truth can be stranger than fiction. Could a mummy's curse have doomed the Titanic? Now that's a question that would pique the interest of even the most skeptical among us. This theory revolves around the idea that an ancient Egyptian artifact, said to be cursed, was being transported on the ill-fated ship. This wasn't just any artifact, but a sarcophagus lid belonging to Princess Amun-Ra. Legend has it that anyone who dared disturb her rest would face disastrous consequences. Now, let's dive into the history of this artifact. It was allegedly discovered in the late 19th century and sold to an Englishman who met an untimely demise soon after. The artifact changed hands several times, each owner facing a string of misfortunes, from financial ruin to untimely deaths. Fast forward to April 1912, the artifact was purchased by an American archaeologist and was being transported to New York via the Titanic. It's here where the theory gets a little murky. There's no concrete evidence that the artifact was indeed on board the Titanic, but the legend persists. Survivor accounts add more intrigue to this theory. One of the most intriguing accounts comes from William Stead, a journalist and spiritualist who was a passenger on the Titanic. Stead shared tales of the cursed mummy with fellow passengers, adding fuel to the fire of this theory. He even claimed to have seen the mummy's ghost roaming the ship's decks. Unfortunately, Stead did not survive the sinking, further deepening the mystery. The validity of this theory is, of course, up for debate. It's a blend of fact, fiction, and a sprinkle of the supernatural. But isn't that what makes a good mystery? A dash of the unexplained, the inexplicable, the eerie? So what do you think? Did a centuries-old curse bring down the Titanic, or is the truth still out there? As we delve deeper into these theories, remember, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. What really happened to the Titanic? We've delved into a myriad of theories, each one more intriguing than the last. We've discussed the unsinkable ship, the fire theory, the switch theory, and even the curse theory. Each carries its own weight, a unique piece of the puzzle that makes up the Titanic saga. We've seen that the Titanic's sinking might have been influenced by factors beyond the iceberg. A raging fire hidden in the ship's coal bunker could have weakened the hull, making it susceptible to the iceberg's fatal blow. This theory, while plausible, has been met with skepticism, as there's no definitive proof that a fire did indeed occur. Then there's the switch theory, suggesting that the Titanic was replaced with its sister ship, the Olympic. This theory, while fascinating, lacks concrete evidence and is often regarded as a conspiracy rather than a credible explanation. And who could forget the mummy's curse? An alluring tale that adds a supernatural twist to the Titanic's story. Yet this theory is largely dismissed as folklore, a tale spun to add a layer of mystery to an already captivating event. Despite these numerous theories, the official findings still hold the iceberg responsible for the disaster. The inquiries into the disaster concluded that a catastrophic collision with an iceberg led to the Titanic's demise. These findings, while not as sensational as the theories, are backed by substantial evidence and are widely accepted by experts. But here's the thing, each theory, each story that we've discussed, adds to the allure of the Titanic. They are the threads that weave together the complex tapestry of its history. They are the questions that fuel our curiosity and keep the memory of the Titanic alive. The Titanic story is a complex web of facts, theories, and mysteries. And while we may never know the whole truth, one thing is certain. The Titanic will continue to captivate us for generations to come. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as we dive into the mysteries of the past.